In 2026, this changes.
Are we
We're
escorting
going to be
ships?
delivering a spaceship-focused activity space which incentivizes the use of different gameplay roles. These are going to be scenarios where you're going to have to plan and strategize and create operational tactics to overcome your objective.
That's what
so
I've
what
been
you're going to
waiting
see
for.
is very early. It's early in the pipeline process,
Okay,
and it's
that's
going to come
fine.
online about mid next year. But we're really excited about the content we're creating, so we want to share with you a super early look at what we're building in a space we're calling Tactical Strike Groups.
Okay. Fleets?
The People's Alliance are still trying to get to the bottom of what this new faction is really doing in the Nyx system.
They've sent a capital ship to check out a station and run into more than they can take care of themselves.
Unfortunately, that team came under attack and members of their groups were taken hostage. Now they've reached out to Intersec, who've reached out to
suppose that's
you
the next
to help recover the
dynamic
pilot.
unit in Nyx, right?
Of course, it's unwise to do this alone, so you'll need to put a team together to attack the station.
When you arrive, you will have this big asteroid, kind of broken asteroid, and on this you will have this space
always
where
an
you will find
asteroid. Oh.
three big arms.
Okay.
You will see in the middle, you will have this big energy core. Everything here has a purpose. It's not just for the show, just something nice to see.
You'll see a People's Alliance-owned Idris that's just on the outside, and it's going to be getting harassed by this unknown faction that you have met before.
Holy shit. This is awesome. I already really like this.
So your first objective here is to clear out the ships. There'll be waves of these ships, so this is where you want your light or your medium or your heavy fighters, whichever playstyle you prefer.
Wow, so we're bringing the fighters, they go intercept.
So while one part of your group is dealing with the fighters, now it's time to actually assault the station.
So we're bringing here the assault
This
crafts.
station has been outfitted to resist all of the obvious way of attacks.
Somehow they've incorporated Vandal capital ship killing turrets. These turrets
What?
ignore small fighters, and they have the firepower to destroy even the biggest capital ships.
Oh my
Your Polaris
God.
and your Idris, if you get it close, it will get shredded. The idea of these is so we can sort of make it so we can mix up that ship combat, and not everyone can just bring the biggest ship and win just because they have the biggest ship.
This is awesome. So you have to get close to the station.
You have to
disable those.
send out your best pilots to navigate the superstructure and take down anything that may damage your bigger ships.
Oh, we do it with the little fighters, okay.
So at this point you're thinking, destroy the turrets. But it's not that easy. This turret has shields that you've never seen before. It won't take any kind of damage. Your missiles won't do anything. Your lasers won't do
have to
anything.
go
Your
to the
ballistics
station to
won't do
disable
anything
them,
to
right?
them. But like everything, they do have a weakness. You have to
Yeah, I
cut the
saw
power
those
to their
stuff, yeah.
shields. To do that, that actually brings you to your first objective, the power relays.
So the exterior has a number of power relays that are holding the doors closed so that you can't get in.
You have to find them, you have to target them, and you have to destroy them. But it may not be as easy as it seems.
Here's our first wrinkle. The power relays have their own shields that are resistant to energy-based attacks.
We know how much you like using laser repeaters, but
So they are going to force us to use... Oh, man. They are going to force us to use ballistics. Oh, come on.
so do these guys.
Capital ship can't get close enough because of the turrets.
So ships with explosive or ballistic ordnance will be needed here. That's torpedo ships like your Retaliator or
Oh,
Gladiator.
Okay, okay,
Or
that's
even
cool.
another fighter with ballistics loadout. That's going to take you a while.
The Gladiator is going to have a use. Oh. Well, I did not see that coming. That's cool. See, you were right. I'm like this, because I love the Gladiator. It's one of my favorite ships. Oh,
Once the power relays have been taken down, the station opens up.
And this is where things get really cool.
Now it's time for you to fly your ship inside the station.
Yeah, you, in your ship, fly into the superstructure of this station. How cool is that?
I feel like this is a proud dad moment.
Oh my gosh. Looks like we're gonna have our Return of the Evil Kenny final battle there.
I'm just gonna call it what it is. It's a trench run.
Are we actually going inside? Oh my god.
So as you enter the structure, you'll see cooling units along the sides that you'll need to take out.
Holy shit.
There's 3 arms to the station that have these trenches. You'll fly into one, and then there'll be a core in the center, and then you'll move out another trench.
You're either gonna do it multiple times, or you need to bring friends.
Oh my.
At this point, the core is still protected, so these are essentially strafing runs.
There are objects to avoid. You're going to have to be able to dodge. You're going to have to move quickly. You need an agile ship.
Man, we're going to crash
Because
so
the
many
shield
times.
generator that you're targeting is emitting lots of distortion damage.
So once the cooling units are out, that exposes the core to overheat, which means that you can attack it from the inside and also from exhaust ports on the outside of the station.
Exhaust ports, yes.
This core is armored and just takes a whole lot of damage.
So that's it. That's how we destroy the station.
Once the power core goes down, the turrets come down, and then the capital ships can get closer.
Oh.
Why is that important? Because during all of this, you spend a lot of ammo and munitions and ballistics, and you're going to want to top up.
This is where we're gonna get our new feature in. Ship hangar, refueling, and rearming.
Yes. Yes. About time.
You're going to be able to land in the hangar of select ships and be able to use the same interface as you are right now at stations to refuel and rearm.
It's specifically for ships like the Idris and the Polaris and
And the
other
Polaris.
ships that are designed to have other ships land inside them.
Of course, it'll be more than just those 2 ships, and you'll find out more once we get closer to release. But this is a really important feature that we're really excited to get out.
Oh, I hope they bring the Liberator. The Liberator will be a great ship for that. The Kraken, obviously, that they are building on is going to be a ship for that as well.
If you're not bringing your own Idris, the People's Alliance has an Idris there that can provide a safe port in a storm, allow you to set back up
That is
and head
well
back out.
thought. They're thinking about it. People who don't have their own capital ship, that's why the People's Alliance have their own Idris there. All right. I think the Asgard is too small.
And it's a good thing that you've rearmed and refueled too, because now another group of ships is coming to attack the People's Alliance Idris.
Oh. Ooh. Okay, small fighter. Yeah, Hammerhead would be a great ship.
So while the fighters are protecting the Idris, what's happening at the station? Well, that's where the dropships come in.
Now you've got to take a fire team in. You've got to land. You've got to fight through an onslaught of FPS enemies that belong to this unknown faction. And you've got to open a hangar door which will allow you to release captives from the station.
Oh, they have hostages.
After you've opened the doors and that person's taken off, you've just got to make sure they get to safety.
So at this point, all of this sounds pretty simple,
love
but there's an
everything
additional
in this.
complication.
So up until this point, it's just been you versus the enemies in the station. But the enemies in the station have their own enemies.
The Vandal,
The
right?
Vandal neighbors who really don't like these guys for some reason will come in and wreak havoc on everything.
And they're not going to discriminate between you and the station. They're out for blood.
Just want to kill everything. Oh, that's so cool.
When you alert the Vandal by destroying the power core that the station's now vulnerable, you're on a time limit. Vandal are coming, they're going to come hard, they're going to keep coming, you're going to have one hell of a fight.
Oh my god. Wait a second. Wait a second. Are they bringing a Vandal capital ship? They are. They are. Oh my god.
Tactical strike groups. I'm personally so invested in this. So throughout 2025, we created a variety of content. Some of it was
Now that is some really cool content. That is content I want to take part of.
very focused on FPS combat. So personally, driving a more vehicle-based experience was very important to me.
That's so good. That's so true. Star Citizen is a ship game. It's a space game with ships and vehicles. That's if you want to play FPS combat, we can go play Call of Duty or Battlefield 6. You know, that is the core of what Star Citizen should be. I'm so glad they're moving towards that direction.
This is a defining statement that I want to do in 2026. We're a spaceship game. There are prized possessions. To the objects we fall in love with. This is the content we want to create, which creates scenarios and roles for you to use those spaceships. We won't get to all roles initially, but we should see this as a landmark, a position where we can see a gameplay space which incentivizes the use of different ships and scenarios to clear objectives and complete missions in a variety of roles. And in the future, we can use this to expand on. So I hope you're all just as excited as I am for tactical strike groups.
I am
fantastic.
so excited for that. Wow. There's the John Crew puppet.
Okay.
Well, that was a pleasant surprise.
Why do you
Yeah,
still have the puppet?
There was some pretty good stuff this year. I'm
John,
gonna
come
say.
home. All right, so tactical strike groups. It's been a long road for the last 10 years that PU's been around. We've done lots to build stuff for mining ships and for salvage ships, and as Rich said, we're currently building out even more for those, and our first refueling missions coming online in 2026. But combat missions. Oh, hi,
Oh, Aaron Roberts.
Aaron Roberts. Aaron Roberts. But finally having enough of the foundation in place that we can begin to build real spaceship operations, hesitate, in any other MMO they'd call dungeons. It's really exciting for me, and that's why we're ending the show this year with that. So yeah, that's been Citizencon Direct. Thank you for taking the time to share this with us. Again, this is just a glimpse at some of what's coming in 2026. I've
But
seen
they
the
didn't talk
Twitch
about the
chat and the
economy.
YouTube chat like, oh, you're spoiling everything. I promise, we ain't. So before we let you go, that's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as with every Citizencon, the last word shouldn't be mine. It should belong to our founders and CEO. So take it away, Chris Roberts.
I
hope you enjoyed this glimpse into some of what the team is cooking for the near future. Of course, we're not going to spoil everything that's currently in progress, and many features we haven't discussed today are in active development, like base building, social, and trade tools that are very much a priority. These, along with bringing the final polished features from Squadron 42 into the persistent universe, will make next year the most exciting yet for Star Citizen. Finally, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to everyone at CIG for working so tirelessly and with so much passion to deliver something that is already special.
The music is so cringe. It's like,
and of course,
Chris Roberts,
to all
the
of you
singer, is here.
for making all this possible with your support and feedback. We couldn't do this without all of you, something that I and the team appreciate every day. We are very lucky to be allowed the time and the money to build the game of all of our dreams, something that is only more apparent as the video game business becomes more monolithic. We are one of the few large independents left standing, and there is no way we would be allowed to dream as big as we are on an original game and take the time to achieve that dream if we were part or funded by any of the few remaining mega game companies. So thank you. and I look forward to seeing you all in the verse this coming year.
Okay, this was pretty good.